Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys a really cool Fortnite concept that I saw this morning scrolling through Reddit by a guy that goes by the name Alex Mauer or Alex S. Mauer. However you want to say his name, that's him. And he came up with this really cool game mode idea, a limited time game mode idea for Fortnite called Hurricane Mode. Now this is something that is not in the game, it is not confirmed, it's not going to happen as of now, but it was a really cool idea and something that I could totally see Epic doing in the future. Maybe not necessarily exactly along the lines that this guy created, but it's something that would be interesting and would make the game really fun, something to try out. So again, the guy's name is Alex S. Mauer, and basically his idea says, the title pretty much says it all, Hurricane Mode. I've always thought of the storm as a hurricane, and much like a hurricane, the eye is the only safe spot. Unlike hurricanes, the eye of the storm is stationary. In Hurricane Mode, the eye of the storm would slowly move around the map. This wouldn't have much of an impact during the beginning of the game, but once the eye gets small enough, it would prevent people from building a massive base and camping. The changes: double mats from floor loot and chest, buff mats from harvesting, buff launch pad drop rate, kind of like some of the other game modes that we've had. The pros of this would encourage quick building skills, keeps players on the move, makes the Port-a-Fort more useful. I agree with all of those. The Port-a-Fort, I guess, would be more useful. I think that they would have to buff the Port-a-Fort and make more on the map for that to be a thing. You know, the Port-a-Forts are fairly rare, and I feel like if we're playing a game mode where we're going to be moving around the map a lot, especially with a game mode where the storm is constantly switching directions, I do think a Port-a-Fort would be necessary, and I do think that we would need a lot more than what are originally on the map. And then he says the cons are tougher to maintain the high ground advantage if you have to constantly build to stay in the circle. That's true, but one thing that's nice about that is it'll force players to constantly move, and I feel like this will make people get better, you know, not having to move to one direction and having all this time to go one way. You have to react to what the storm is doing. So I do think that's something that would be really interesting to see in the game. He says, unfortunately, I'm not much of a graphic designer, but if anyone can help me come up with the visuals for this, I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, so this is what Alex said. A really cool idea, the hurricane mode. Something to where the storm, it's kind of confusing. So the idea he has is that the eye of the hurricane is the safe zone, and it originally starts large and gets smaller. The only difference really, I mean, that's basically what Fortnite is. The only difference is that this would move around. This wouldn't just go to one spot and show you where it's going to go. It's going to move around the map and eventually get smaller, just like regular Fortnite does, forcing players to come together, but it's going to move in random directions. It's going to act like an actual storm, which I think is very, very interesting. I think that's cool. They would have to kind of make sure, you know, if the storm is going to constantly move in different directions, it would have to be much slower, or would have to have some sort of time base, some sort of direction, so that players understand, like, you know, like if it's going northwest or if it's going southwest. I think it would be kind of difficult if it just absolutely stopped and then went in the complete opposite direction really fast. I don't think that would be fair, but I do think that that's something that they could do, and I would not be surprised to see a game mode similar to that put in, where the storm doesn't necessarily go to one specific point on the map. So again, Alex, I think that's an awesome idea. I think this is a really cool concept. I want to know what you guys think. If you guys have anything to add on to that, maybe you guys have a different type of mode that you want to share, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.